Getting to the Super Bowl takes all sorts of skill, dedication, tireless work, practice, 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 and don't forget the ultimate, not the ultimate, but one of the important ones, sacrifice. This is for the players. Tom Brady was winning his record 6th title. Sarah Thomas was going into the history books at the same time with an accomplishment that may have seemed even more important.
History has been made today as she becomes the first female to officiate a Super Bowl. She said her goal was always to be #1 in her position, and as a result, she got the opportunity today. Sarah said she probably will get a little teary-eyed, but no.
She's here with me now. I'm trying not to be a fangirl, so I'm going to pull it together and be real cool here. Sarah Thomas, good morning. What a delight to meet you. First of all, now that you've caught your breath, Super Bowl for this year is behind us. And you look at that and you feel the glow. What is the reaction? How do you feel about this momentous moment?
I just have to tell you, it was an honor to be a part of the Super Bowl crew. Our motto was just to be elite on that field, and every guy and me out there, we did an elite performance. And I just have to give a shout out to all of my fellow officials that are in the LA area. Sean Hockley lives close there, and if it weren't for his leadership and my 6th season being on his crew all year and that crew that I had, I don't think it'd be possible for me to be there. So thanks to Sean Hockley.
I appreciate you recognizing team, right? Because the fact is none of us get anywhere alone, right? I want you to take me back very quickly and give us like the elevator pitch of your origin story, because you were an athlete. You played sport. You were very athletic in college. What was it that led you to officiating? Is it that you didn't want to say goodbye to sport entirely as you went into adulthood?
Yeah, when I played in this men's basketball league, I got kicked out of it because I was a girl, and so I wasn't doing anything at the age of 23 in organized sports, and my older brother was doing officiating, and so I said, can girls do that? And he said, sure, sis, just be there at 6, and so I joined him. But what just like startled me was that there were these guys that really took pride in what they were doing and giving back to the community and organized sports, and I wanted to be a part of that because I hated the officials when I played, and I'm sure they hated me, but this was just a way that I could be still involved. And then everybody that is officiating, you fall in love with it. I absolutely love what I do. And yes, that's me with the bad perm behind number 31.
That is fantastic. I love that perm. I had the same hair.
Yeah. My mom, how does she let me leave the house?
I know. I asked my mom the same question at times, Sarah. Look, you know, I think we just came up with the title for your autobiography, Can Girls Do That? Because you look at the things that you have done, there's just a list of first after first after first. But this one, getting to officiate a Super Bowl game, I don't think people necessarily, unless you're a super duper football fan, you may not necessarily understand how you get chosen to do that. You have to earn your way there.
Most definitely. And you want to earn your way there. That is the one thing about officiating, especially at the level of the NFL. You can't hide. And you have to be capable of working and maintaining it. And a lot of people say, yes, I want to rank #1 at my position, but I want the longevity in the NFL, the career. I don't want to be the one and done, and I want to continue to work to be #1, and where that takes me is fine. But as long as my performance on the field for my fellow crewmates and giving back for those coaches and players, that's what's important.
Your presence in this sport as an official has, and along with the other women that are in this field of officiating, you have caused, you're a change maker, girl. You are a change maker. Because of you. You started out your career as a line judge. Well, they changed the nomenclature to make it gender neutral.
Yeah.
You changed history just by being there.
It's I didn't set out to do it, but yes, it is. It's forever history, I guess. And
her story.
I'm just yeah, her story. A lot of people say I'm really honored and humbled that it's me, and that my children and my grandchildren will be able to read about Sarah Thomas. And you know what's really important too is that my parents are still living and able to see this, because I was their toughest challenge, but I hope they're sitting back going, she turned out all right.
Oh,
So,
Sarah, that is so beautiful.
yeah.
And I think so many families can relate to that, right? You ultimately just want to make your folks not embarrassed. You don't want to cause them shame or pain or hurt. And you want to make them proud. Well, honey, I know you are.
right.
And you're making your kids proud. This is the other thing, y'all. 3 kids, 3 children. Tell me how they have reacted to all of this.
That's probably what has just gotten to my core the most, reading the Instagram post or my son's being interviewed and what my daughter said. We got back from the Super Bowl and she wrote on this little chalkboard where we write things to each other. And she said, I'm just so proud of you, Mom. And
wow.
I'm telling you, Michaela, I didn't set out to be the first in this, and I am. But, you know, the most important job is me being a mom first.
Yep.
And I'm still their disciplinarian. I'm still the one that says, you know, brush your teeth, get your homework done, or give me your keys because you're not doing what I told you to do.
Right.
I mean, I'm still mom at the end of the day. And they understand that.
That is a beautiful thing. Look, I am so geeked out about people who find a way into spaces that are not supposedly theirs, that they're not welcomed into, people that break the ceiling for others. But I also know that comes with challenges. I'm sure this road hasn't been easy for you, Sarah, breaking the glass ceiling, being the first. How have you dealt with some of the negative?
I just turn it into a positive. And the one thing that I've noticed is it's not uncommon for me to be the only girl. And so if some of the guys were a little taken back about it, I just say that there's some maybe insecurities with them and just how to deal. What do we do? And once they see that I'm there for the same reasons that they are, it all kind of just changes. Plus, I've been around long enough now. I see the rookie guys that come in, and I have to take a step back myself and go, really, they didn't treat me any differently. I just happen to have blonde hair, and I'm a female, and God made me that way, and that's how it's going to stay. So.
Can we talk about that beautiful mane of hair on your head? I need to know about the products, first of all, but I'm joking. This is another change. Talk about a change maker. Because of you, Sarah, they adapted the hat even that officials wear, right? Because you used to have to bundle all of that hair up into your cap, which I have no idea what kind of engineering degree you must have to be able to do that. It must have been such a relief to you to be able to let the ponytail fly.
Oh, it feels so much more natural. I'm telling you, I absolutely love the snapback. I wore my hair out when I was in high school, but Gerald Austin, when he hired me in college, he just said, I want you to tuck your hair. And I understand why he did it. He didn't want me to be just stereotyped right off. But what's so sad is that in 2007, we still felt the need to suppress hiring a female.
Yeah.
And he did say that he wanted me to wear little or no makeup, and I told him he was crossing the line there. I was going to be wearing makeup. But when I got to the NFL, they did not tell me that I couldn't wear my hair out. I just don't think it looks as professional with the hair down your back in the fitted cap or in a bun. So I tucked it. And then with everything that happened in 2020 and just how terrible things were, there's always some positive in those things. And with diversity and just the social injustice, you know, the league said, Sarah, it's time.
It is time.
So it wasn't about my hair, so to say, but I do love the ponytail, but it was just time. And it does feel a lot more natural.
Yeah.
I have an aunt that's 102, and she can spot me really easily.
And that's what we want to do, is let our people find us when we're working.
That's right.
Hi, Mom. I understand you actually went to school and studied communications. You could have been where I'm standing.
You're exactly right, and maybe one day I will, but that's going to be after we take surfing lessons together. Okay, so I'll
it's on it, cracking. It's on it, but I feel like your knees are in better shape than mine. These ACLs are not cooperating with surfing. Talk about fitness real quick. I imagine that has to be a part of your job too, right? Because you have to be able to run up and down the side of that field and keep up with those players.
That's right. So I have a fabulous trainer. I'll give him a shout out, John Mark at Cut and Dry Gym right here in Brandon down the street. He's remarkable. And really, it's just your old school type of working out. I don't do the CrossFit and all of that. And I really hate to run. So I walk on the treadmill. But I just do your bis and tries, your old school weight lifting.
I love it.
And some cardio, and just try to eat healthy and stay in shape that way. I am getting older, though, knocking on 50.
Honey, let me tell you from the other side, I just turned 50 in August. Water's fine. Come on in. It's beautiful.
Here we go. I love it.
All right, so we've got a date. You're going to come to LA, see some of your officiating pals. We're going to take surfing lessons. Maria's got a lovely bottle of rosé, always on chill in her fridge.
Always ready
We're going to have
for you.
girlfriend hang. Sarah, I cannot tell you, this was such a delight. It's such a privilege to meet you and talk to you and connect with you. We are all women are so proud of you, honey. We are just so proud of you. Your name is in the history books now.
My treat. It was my honor.
Okay, you stay safe. Take care of that family.
I will.
All
Same
right.
to you.
Take
Bye, y'all.
care. Sarah Thomas, wow, what an incredible, you know, it's always people that don't necessarily want to be the first ones or have their name in, you know, spread across headlines, that they're humble.
Very much so. Sarah is a rock star, and I'm so glad that she was on the show this morning.